Cardath is ready over the team, but Gangster, who barely got to play the last match, is going to be up this time around. And the Paladin that they're sending at them is Holy Saya. Dude, was this intended that Paladins would be able to wear the Warrior Fell set? Like the Mythic set? Is this on purpose, or is it like Blizzard making a mistake? But then again, they're letting everybody wear, and you said like a Warrior could wear the Paladin set, Paladin could wear Death Knight set, Death Knight could wear the Warrior set, and, you know, vice versa. Can everybody wear the Demon Hunter set, or is it just like a plate thing? I'm not even sure, but I was also able to unlock that on my Paladin, and it looks great. It looks awesome. I think it's sick. You know what I mean? You can make some really cool, like, foul, corrupted Paladin look with the mount, with the weapons, and enchants and stuff. But I'm just wondering if that's intended or not. Duel time? What's up, man? Yeah, Chris, duel time, my man. Cheap shot on to Saya. Saya get hit with a disarm. Does go for the stun onto Gangster. Is continued to hammer him from a distance. Gangster does drip low with an evasion. Got himself advantage. He's a sippy cup, and that's barely keeping him alive. Garrote to Saya. Cheap shot. That's like the only cheap shot you're gonna get, because Saya turns around, does a little twirl, smacks you, bonks you right on the head, taking you out. With Curdy gonna be up next though. Curdy last week did go up against a number of Paladins, and he was able to do quite a lot of damage against them. Like a really big amount of damage against them. So we'll see if he's able to do it this time around. Bow out for Saya. Curdy gonna go for a bow. He does go for a bow. Love seeing it, man. Love seeing it. I feel like Saya is probably gonna chill unless he can cut it in the middle, and he's got himself that pillar down the middle. For Curdy, he definitely needs to get himself the Void Rift and everything. And for Saya, he can kind of control the encounter, the engagement. It's going to be a full stun with a DP onto Saya. Drink it out for Curdy really early. So next stun is going to be actually massive. Curdy just setting himself up the most amount of damage. Saya with a bubble. Curdy, unless you go for a quick massive spell, try to see if he can juke it. Does he get a juke it? He doesn't get a juke it. So for Saya, this is perfect fade out for Curdy for a second. Got himself VE. Is going to be able to get some follow-up damage stun by Saya. There's potentially an opportunity for Curdy to maybe turn it around. If he can just delay the disperse, that'll be ideally best for him. Although I'm not sure if he'll be able to. Lockout on Shadow. Try to heal. Is that going to be dispersed? Gotta be dispersed, man. Jesus. That lockout on Shadow is deadly. And Saya just rushing at him. Nothing stopping this man whatsoever. You need to get a fear on the guy. Does get a fear. Does have a trinket ready though. Stun onto Saya. Stun. Silence on the Saya is huge. With the Void Torrent, Saya does not have a bubble. He can still spell Warden, lay in hands instead, and for Curdy, unfortunately, that is light. Paladins just pump so much damage. Just absolutely pump it. Back to back with Gossip gonna be up next. Got himself the Proud, that stealth, that camo. Man. Saya just pumps damage, dude. He still got himself Bopper spell. No, apparently he doesn't have Bopper spell Warden. Apparently he's already used those. I'm not sure against who. Was it against the Rogue? It might have been against the Rogue. So for Ghazi, actually, this is a chance here to potentially make something happen. No more trinket for Saya. No more big immunities or resets. No laying hands to speak of, at least not for a while. And Saya taking some damage, taking a licking with the Shield of Endless up and running with full dots on Ghazi. Does Ghazi just melt to Dawn Light? Does go for acceleration. Try to stave off some of the damage. One of the traps knocking Saya into the wall so he doesn't really go flying. Avoiding that freezing trap altogether. So for Ghazi, this is not a situation he wants to be in whatsoever. Got himself a wall. A little bit of range damage to Saya. Scatter for just a second. Maybe some more range damage. But right now he's just in a rough spot and we'll need to turtle this immediately. Man advantage does not even last on him either. Saya focusing down the pet as best as he can. And Ghazi, unless he can get away from Saya cleanly, Jessica Saint is going to deny that stun. Freezing Trap going to deny that as well. Turtle Shell for Ghazi. He can't really do much right now unless he got actual first aid. Not bandages, but actual first aid. Stun onto Saya. I think you need to get a trap on him or something, but it doesn't matter at that point. Just dropping the hammer yet again. Saya is on a roll right now. He's got really good rhythm going. He's got a couple of rogues he's got to get through it. Nesmershka and Cardath, both being sub-rogues, could potentially turn it around on him. But at this point, Pop and Bubble coming back very soon. And if he has lay on hands, that with a trinket could give him just enough longevity to face up against his rogues. And with that Dawnlight, if he really plays cheesy dot damage, he's going to be okay. Dots immediately into Nesmershka. Try to see if he keeps the pressure going in. He just need to get a little bit more Dawnlight pressure on him. Does land a stun. That's an opportunity for Nesmershka to possible. Trinket does go for a trinket. Still dotted for Dawnlight. And for Saya, as long as he's okay, he shouldn't need to use it defensively. Does get the double Dawnlight onto Nesmershka. Trying to see if he can maybe get a cloak out of him. Nesmershka Dawnlight does fade, unfortunately. Sap onto Saya. And if the Zmershka opens up, he's going to have to go for a cloak here. Trinket blind? Yeah, unless you just immediately pre-cloak. Yeah, the side isn't able to go for the rage damage. You're going to have to start vanishing just to give yourself a bit of a reheal. Does burn a vanish. That's going to give him some healing. Give him a huge shield for an escape. And for Saya, he actually should be okay. At least for the time being. Bubble coming up very, very soon. If the Zmershka isn't careful, that bubble is going to be the end of you. Unless you just burn a bop. Maybe you burn a bop. The eyes are up on either side. The Zmershka goes in for a gouge. Can the shot? Do you burn something? It might just have to. It's got a decent bit of damage. Shield of Vengeance, that's going to stave it off. Pops it immediately like a balloon. Saya is thinking maybe he needs a bop. Stunner Zmershka, no out for the rogue. He does have another vanish, so he's going to have himself some longevity still. Saya knows there's still a dot on Zmershka. Does catch him out in the open. With the regenerating as soon as the Zmershka gets slowed. So for Saya, that's a good bit of recovery. Trying to deny the rogue any kind of resets whatsoever. Blessing is saying. The Zmershka delaying the stun. Goes in for a disarm instead. Next stun could be huge here. Does go for the stun. Saya has to bop it. The Zmershka does not have an escape, unfortunately. So if anything, at least Cardath maybe will have a chance against Saya. Possibly. Because there is still a bubble. If you could just go in, force a bubble out of him, reset, and then take him out, maybe you'll be okay. Oh, let's go duel in Classic? What do you mean, is it Paladina? Do they have that hard of a worse of a time in Classic? Are you saying it'll be harder as a Paladin? I mean, maybe. Which Classic are we talking about? Like Mob Classic or Classic? Vanilla Classic. Blind onto Cardath. Does he follow up with the Searing? He does not. Instead goes in for Wake of Ashes. And he's just going to go for that Dawnlight damage. Just try to see if he can rod down Cardath. Shield of Vengeance. Just try to see if he can outrun the rogue. No more outs. Maybe lay on hands. Question is a lay on hands back or not? Cardath has taken a lot of that Dawnlight damage. So for Saya, not even using Dawnlight to heal, using it super hyper aggressively versus Cardath, maybe was the right play. Because it forces the rogue eventually behind the pillar to catch a full reset. One more eye is still available over in the back too. This is going to be okay. Reckon red clouds was DPS of Vanilla. Yeah, I was going to say for a second, like, what if he just stacks to Rex and then just Rex people in a single, like, one-shot combo? You know what I mean? Like, maybe? Or are you more or less inviting him, like, yo, bring some of those skills into Classic? Would love to see it. Because that could be fun. Possibly. Saya does land a stun. Cardath no out. I think for Saya this is a victory. As long as he puts a dot into Cardath, as long as he doesn't have a easy way to reset, I think he just dies. Saya walks in with Blessing a Saint. That's going to be a cheap shot to deny some of the damage, but Cardath cannot lock down Saya for long enough and does end up melting to the dots. Saya is back, baby. Full clean sweep, just 5-0 with Dawnlight, Rot, and Dot damage. He played that a lot more aggressively than he normally plays. It felt like this time he played, like, you gotta zooming out as much as I do. But it felt like that time he played super aggressively with damage there. Let's get us another one going, boys, yeah? That's Zmershka. Pass me lead, and we'll get it set up.